As many of you guys may know, the Real Game Awards hosted by Stuttering Craig and Side Scrollers was a couple of nights ago, and since then, individuals have been melting down. I'm talking Twitter randos, I'm talking journalists, even an indie game developer who's featured in the show. So welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and yeah, we're gonna go over some of this because really at the end of the day, the crux of it is, why would an indie dev, somebody who is now getting their game viewed possibly by the first time for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, myself being one of them because I wasn't familiar with this game and thought it looked cool, now going on the offensive, going on the attack with baseless accusations and frankly hurting their target demographic, gamers, because they're falling for the lies of the individuals that are trying to slander the Game Awards and slander Stuttering Craig. So before we get into this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news nearly every day. And, yeah, mind you, I'm not a huge Side Scrollers fan. Like, not knocking them or whatnot, just I've never really had a lot of interaction with the guys. I've only ever seen, like, the very first episode when they interviewed the Angry Video Game Nerd. Somebody I have been a fan of for many years. But needless to say, got nothing against them. I enjoyed watching the Real Game Awards, and, you know, I'll definitely watch next year. Hell, I hope to attend next year when it's an actual live event. But not everybody feels the same. So we got Kate Bush's ex-husband here, airbagged, who last night did anything and everything he could to run defense for Alyssa Mercante, went on David Jaffe's, little live show, calls it a $30,000, 30-minute anti-woke Game Awards PowerPoint presentation. Look, obviously they're going to do anything and everything they can to try and, minimize what the Real Game Awards was, which is actual gamers getting to, granted, for a fee, like he says, $30, fair enough, but vote amongst all the categories and have the decisions come from gamers. You want to call it an anti-woke PowerPoint presentation? The vast majority of the show wasn't actually anti-woke. Angry Video Game Nerd was a presenter. He has at no point ever really been anti-woke. He just makes, fun content. Several of the Game Awards categories were legitimate categories, with some, yes, comedic ones thrown in there, like, worst game journalists and things to that effect. But let's be real, even non-anti-woke gamers don't look at, like, the Game Awards, like the Jeff Keighley stuff, as anything more than an industry circle jerk. So, like, if nothing else, yeah, you can be upset that it was pre-recorded. It's the first year they've done it. But it was engaging, it was fun, it was interactive. Folks got to stream it. They didn't do any sort of copyright strikes or whatnot. They wanted folks to get the word out and spread it. It was very clearly, it was pro-gamer as well as pro-creator. So, yeah, folks that actually play these games, buy these games, talk about them, report on them, getting to have some sort of involvement in it. Our boy Alec Baldwin's finger was involved in it. Like, that's a massive thing. But again, folks like this gonna do anything they can to discount it. They got avgn on there. James has watched. Man, you talking about one of the most prominent legacy creators on all of YouTube. And you call him washed because he appeared in an award show with somebody he has been publicly friends with for years in Stuttering Craig. Homie has no idea what he's talking about. Actually, I do believe he knows what he's talking about, but again, wants to do anything and everything he can to dismiss it. But this one was interesting to me. Hard Drive. Now, for those of you, I don't follow Hard Drive too terribly much. They're basically the Onion of video game publications. They just release a bunch of fake parody satire articles. But this one, they're actually being 100% serious. Hey, Stuttering Craig, is it official Real Game Awards policy to hire Holocaust-denying racists to do all your animations, or just the one you posted yesterday? And they've got a bunch of tweets here from Owen Benjamin, Jake Shields, maybe it was this hometown guy that did the animations. I don't even know. I also don't care. Like, believe it or not, people's personal politics don't matter to the vast majority of us so long as they're not being forced down the throat of whatever project they're a part of. So, for example, let's say these dudes are anti-Semitic. I mean, for example, Jake Shields and Owen Benjamin, absolutely anti-Semitic. Like, dudes are loons. I don't associate with them. I'm not a fan of them. Like, watching Owen Benjamin spiral over the last several years from when he was a relatively normal guy was insane back in the day. But if they're talking about this hometown guy, I don't know anything about him, but yeah, let's say he is, anti-Semitic or whatever. That didn't come off in the animations, and you know what? Again, as long as you can, even when it comes to raging lefties, if you want to be a raging lefty and be all on that Bernie Sanders train, that Joe Biden train, or what the hell ever, yeah, as long as that's not being put in your games, the vast majority of us aren't gonna care. That's like the entire thing that we've been preaching about, is leave that shit out of gaming. So you know what? I actually almost want the dude to be anti-Semitic to show that, yeah, Stuttering Craig, the Real Game Awards, Side Scrollers, the whole nine, can put personal politics aside, because I guarantee you they're not exactly pro-hating on the Jews, to hire somebody who did objectively good work. So yeah, Hard Drive, an actual publication, again, no different than The Onion or even the Babylon Bee, taking a moment away from being satirical to actually throw shade, because, you know, much like all these other journalistic outlets, even if it is parody, even if it is satire, they got a political leaning. They got something that they believe, you know, on their inside feely parts when it comes to the social state, that they just want to make sure you know. They can't be confused with any of them dirty right-wing gaming LARPers. What about this? I don't even know this account. Napa owns you. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. 564 followers. They're an absolute nobody. But they're melting down about the game, because everybody is melting down about the Game Awards, which goes to show they're just industry shills. The racist depiction of Kojima, it wasn't racist, it was a caricature. Reddit tier old video game references. Oh no, back when games were good, when they made money. FPS genre depicted as generically as possible. 9 times out of 10, FPS games are generic. Duke Nukem in 2025. Based, more than likely animated by that pedophile John K, or by someone inspired by that pedophile John K. I don't know who John K is. I don't know if there's any validity to the pedophilia accusations. So, yeah, I got nothing. Even, to be fair, Hard Drive didn't call the guy a pedophile. Instead of Holocaust-denying racist. So, but then here's the big one. Here is the problem amongst all this. Right here. Selaco. Oh, son of a bitch. This is an indie game coming out that actually looked really damn cool. But, yup, lo and behold, developers of Selaco Games weren't informed their trailer would be featured at the Real Game Awards, and their quote is, "The more looking into this, the more I want to distance myself." Their game was advertised among mean-spirited categories, overtly racist animation, and problematic presenters. Who was the problematic presenters? Who, of these, we had ABF, absolute stand-up guy, Brutus Rambo, and we do stream with him multiple times. No, he's an absolute sweetheart. Stuttering Craig, how's he problematic? What has he done? I mean, I guess maybe you could call, like, Razor Fist problematic. I mean, not a big fan of the guy, but what about him is problematic beyond allegations? The same sort of allegations that come from people on the left all the time. So you're going to need to pick a lane here. Like, hey, do allegations matter or do they not? Because I haven't seen a whole lot of folks distance themselves from Destiny too much yet. Hey, innocent until proven guilty, or what the hell ever. So, yeah. But then Shin Dingbat says, complaining about free advertising for your project. Lol. Lamau even. They doubled down. Selaco doubles down. When it comes to potentially damaging the brand we built from nothing, yes, absolutely, and that's perfectly justifiable. What brand? What brand have you built? The vast majority of people didn't know about this game. You got free advertising to actual gamers, people who have very much shown and been willing to pay money to talk about games, to vote on games, be part of the gaming industry. How would this be brand damaging? You're telling me that, like, Dustborn and Concord and these other games that failed were clearly there's individuals out there that you can appeal to that want to buy your games. Those individuals aren't the ones that let, you know, Concord and Dustborn and all of them fail. Like, it's absolutely insane to me that you, as a business owner and a game developer, an indie game developer at that, so you probably don't have a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot for marketing, saw this outpouring of love from the gaming community. So many individuals that talked about how they were excited for this game because it was shown up at the Game Awards when many of us had never even heard of it before. And you want to throw that away because some of the individuals that were presenters aren't liked by woke leftists that are still clinging to the vestiges of old Twitter. Like, tell us how you, first of all, how you going to make an FPS game and not be all about guns and big things go boom, which is something that real gamers absolutely love. But beyond that, show us and tell us that you do not understand your target demographic without showing us and telling us you don't understand your target demographic. They go on to say, there's more to my life than making money. I'll gladly sell fewer copies if it means not being associated with a hateful individual. Who is the hateful individual? Stuttering Craig? The dude who made this, again, did this game show as an outpouring of love, not game show, this award show, as an outpouring of love towards gamers and fans. Where is the hate about that? This was nothing but all absolute good fun. Now it'll be better next year when it's an actual live event, but like, you'll gladly sell fewer copies, it's not about making money. Homie, then you're not going to get a sequel. Then you're not going to end up getting to stay in indie dev. Guess what? You're going to have to go work for the man, do a regular 9 to 5. You're not going to get to follow your dreams, your passion, your game's going to flop because you're out here publicly denouncing actual gamers who would have bought your game. That's insane. This is one of the lead dev, Nextic. We paid for nothing. I did not even know about this show. So, that's a good thing. That means that the Game Awards aren't bought, or the real Game Awards aren't bought and paid for. They just lovingly wanted to showcase what they thought was great indie dev work. And you were over here trying to back off. Like, you realize the precedent you're setting is now I've seen individuals all throughout X state that, well, I was looking forward to this game. I found out about it because of the Game Awards. I was looking forward to it. And now you have burned your bridges. You have ruined your own reputation on X. Because instead of just critically thinking and being like, hey, there's a lot of video game fans here, a lot of people that love the craft, that are tired of AAA, because that's what many of us have been complaining about these last long, nearly year, if to 10 years, if you've been doing this as long as I have, is complaining about the AAA industry, who want to support good indies. So now we saw what looked like a good indie game. This was brilliant marketing opportunity for you, and you're throwing it away because you're going off secondhand information from all these Twitter leftists that, let's be frank, probably don't even like you because you got big guns in your game and they're all anti-gun. Like, it is mind-numbing. It is insane that you would throw away your entire target demographic. Probably didn't even watch the Game Awards and are just going off of other people's information about it being problematic. And like, this is the sort of humor, by the way, at the Game Awards that was on the Spike TV Game Awards back in the day, back when Spike TV was cool, back when gamers had a sense of fucking humor. Real gamers obviously still do have a sense of humor, but you get my point. Like, this was tame compared to the shit we saw at the Spike TV Game Awards. Spike TV Game Awards used to have, like, girls in bikinis dancing, and they would do, like they would be ranking and rating women on hotness scales. The closest we got to that with the real Game Awards was like the best waifu category, which also had a best husbando category. So, you know, they all about equality at the very least. It's how to ruin your business 101. So yes, I honestly, I'm gonna be out here. Don't purchase Selaco. Don't support the indie devs behind it, because they had an opportunity to appease gamers and to say, hey, we ride with you, we stand with you, we understand the plight that video games are in, but instead they decided and chose to side with these shills. They thought, you know what, let's go with the individuals that have some semblance of access and some modicum of fame that is dwindling very quickly. Their time is almost gone when they could have sided with content creators and actual gamers. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news nearly every day. Not always about the gaming industry, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 150 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. If that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.